I'm Chris.
What's your name?
Chris.
Chris? Okay,
Yeah.
Chris.
I want you to tell me exactly the point in history where America was great.
You know,
As
it's
a
funny.
black man.
It point to me a time.
5th of November 2024.
Let's go.
Is that the right date?
I don't know, but
I guess.
it's the date I'm thinking of.
In history where America wasn't great. Point to tell me where
The
it
birth
starts.
of America?
No,
If you were in the US and you didn't vote Trump, don't click off the video. Just wait.
Oh yeah,
So-
we're English,
Yeah.
British, Europeans as you would call us. Just don't take notes.
Yeah.
The false.
America,
Yeah, point in America where
country
America
was
wasn't
built
great.
on murder and thievery and deception. What do you mean?
Now let me explain this to you real quick. This is for everybody to listen to. Everybody always have this perception that we shouldn't acknowledge America as being great. America started at a certain point and grew and came better over time. No country that you know of was 100% perfect at the foundation. No country.
You
no
didn't answer my
country in the
question.
world. No countries in Africa, no countries in Europe. You can name it. Everybody started at a certain point, and it became greater
You
over
didn't
time.
answer my question.
Ever since you've been alive, America has been the greatest it's ever been.
You think so?
100%, brother. You can name somewhere else that's better than America. And why don't you live there?
I'm not sure.
I know you're not sure because they don't exist.
Were they-
Show me somewhere else that's as diverse as America. Anywhere.
That's
Pick it.
diverse?
That's as diverse.
What does diversity mean if people are
Opportunities
being
for
discriminated
all
against?
people. Show me another country that give opportunities for all people like America.
Do you
does.
think we have the same opportunity as everybody else, as
Who-
black people?
Yeah, 100%.
With a 200-year economic head start on us
Yeah,
and no
What's stopping
reparations?
you now? Aren't you at this university?
Yeah.
What I find is like ironic, the fact that he says, nothing's great about America, or like he's complaining about that there's not enough opportunity, and then the guys asked him, would you leave, or like what country would you go to, and he's like, nah. So
Yeah,
it's a bit like that's the right word. Yeah, hypocritical.
You at the university just like all these white people. How's that any different? Can't you?
I want you to go 2 blocks that way and tell me
Forget
where
that.
they at.
You can read. You can go to class.
So I also find just like, what do you find is great? I know, like, from their point of view, it sounds like opportunity.
Yeah.
Like that could be different for everyone.
Yeah.
So just to say that as a statement, like, is that even an argument? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what makes Great Britain great?
It's not just
One
the
thing. It's
opportunity.
like
Even though I still think that there's plenty of opportunity for him and most people in the US. It depends, even where they're starting from. Obviously, if someone started off with like less money financially, or their family, or their way of growing up and stuff, it can be like a little bit harder because things aren't given to you. But the system like is still available to you if you can. If you seize the opportunity, then anyone could have that American dream.
Yeah, it's kind
It's
of like the
available
common
to everyone.
concept of like what
Yeah.
you do with your time.
Yeah.
Like, what decisions do you make with your time ultimately? Like, the outcomes of that will show.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean? Like, we all could, like, you might be further along, like you said, pushed along. Like, if you've got a little bit more given to you when you were younger or whatever, or you're in a different kind of scenario. But what you decide to do with those opportunities is what levels you up or not. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
No, definitely. Well, let's see what he has to say. But I agree with you, man.
You can make good grades. I'm hoping that you're making straight A's. How is America stopping you from doing that? And how is it stopping you from being prosperous enough to go down the street and make a difference in your own community? How's America stopping you from doing
Why
that?
is it my responsibility to make a difference in my community that was sabotaged from the start?
I don't think. Let's go back to the
Do
foundation.
you think the CIA planted drugs in our communities?
They didn't make you sell it.
Do you think they?
No. I agree.
Do you think they
I
burned
read
down
stories of how
black
the CIA,
businesses? Do you know what Black Hollywood is?
Let's go one at a time. I've heard stories that the CIA planted drugs in the inner city communities. Not every black community, but in some. They still don't make you go and sell drugs to your brother, do they? Why are you not selling drugs right now? Because it doesn't make sense for you to do that. You have an opportunity to go to a university, get an education, and make yourself better and make your family better in the next few generations. Nobody's stopping us from doing that. I'm sitting on campus right now, and all these people are listening to me.
You know what's stopping
What's stopping me?
Money.
In America, what's stopping you from making money in America?
What the is not stopping us from making money?
You
What
got
the
the same
do you
university as
mean?
all these white people. How you got a different?
Exactly.
You said what? Excuse me?
We're in debt.
That's
That's
your
our
fault.
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, right?
Okay,
We were never given boots to begin with.
Let's start with this. I actually went and graduated from a university. So I'm not a guy that didn't go to college. I had a full scholarship, so I didn't pay for school in my undergrad. Graduate school, I paid for out of my pocket. I did not get a loan. I mean, I did not have to get loan forgiveness or nothing like that. I had $11,000 worth of debt.
Like, America's not great, but they've given me the opportunity and let me borrow the money to go to and get an education to make myself better. But, like, why do I have to pay that back?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, that defeats his whole argument.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Most countries don't have a university probably the caliber that he's currently in. Like, he's fortunate to have been born into a country where that exists. Where he has that opportunity, whether he has the money or not, on how he has to get the money, he still has that opportunity.
Yeah.
And yes, people have different starting points, but it's what you do with the cards that you're dealt. Isn't it? Like, there's plenty of people that are born into wealth that play their cards badly.
Yeah, they're nowhere.
But yeah, I think instead of having a victim mentality over your situation, where you're blaming other things outside of your control, the past, the system, like getting into like other things, I feel like that's where your mentality towards it is just entitled and like it's just you're not gonna grow from it. You're not gonna
he's not helping
achieve
himself
things.
with any of this.
Yeah.
Like these questions, like.
And I paid it. How is that different than anybody else out here?
Because everybody doesn't have the same opportunity.
I'm black though. How did I pay my loan off and you can't? Or
where you from?
Wait, I'm from Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Dunbar High School.
Fort Worth,
right
Texas.
in the hood and stop six. Right in the hood and stop six. How did I get to this point if America's against me?
Did everybody in your neighborhood get to that point?
Well, different choices. There's a lot of people in my
Where your
neighborhood that
childhood
made it
friends
out because they made better choices. I could have sold drugs. I didn't. Why? Because I wanted something better out of my life.
What do you say about the disproportionate wealth? Does that not matter?
It's about culture. How much money do you save?
I don't know. I'm in debt, bro.
You in debt. How much do you invest?
I don't know.
How did you get into debt? Who chose to come here?
Me.
Well, that's you laid it out. Now, when you come here, for every college student here, this should be an investment into your future.
Right.
Anybody that know anything about making money knows that you have to invest to get to the next step.
You may be in debt.
You may be in debt to make an investment to get to the next step. So if you do this properly, this is a debt investment to make more money in the future. If you come here and clown around and take a major that won't put you anywhere, then you just got into debt for no doggone reason. It's a cultural thing. Black people in America don't have wealth like others because they choose not to generate wealth through investments and passing their money down.
Who's teaching us to do this?
We should teach each other to do it. Why does somebody got to teach? You want the white man to teach us? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, hell, teach us something.
Okay, no, you could teach something. You got a college, you can get a college education. When you have children, teach your children.
So basically help yourselves. We know you have this 200-year head start.
That doesn't matter, bro. You don't have nothing to do with You don't have nothing to do with that.
Oh.
You don't have nothing to do with that.
I thought you said one at a time.
You don't have nothing to do with that.
I don't have nothing to do with what?
The 200 years that you're talking about.
Yes, I do. Have you ever heard of generational trauma, generational wealth? My people don't own anything.
Where you come
nothing.
from?
How can you build something when my people come from nothing? I come from South Memphis.
And I come from Stop Six.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. I went to university.
What does comparison mean? What does comparison mean when the statistics say that we are behind?
We're not behind. Some people are behind. We're not behind. Why? Because we make positive decisions. He's not behind. He's not behind. She's not behind. Do I want to go point out
You're on a
black
college
people?
campus.
Does college guarantee us success?
You're on a college campus.
It depends on what you do with what you have presented to you. You were born in wherever you were born at. Look at you now.
I was saying, like, it's what you do with the cards. It's what you do.
It's like it's quite a simple concept. Yeah. Like, I think it's just getting deeped, and he's just like Chris. He hasn't got a point. So he keeps throwing other things in to try and throw this guy out.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, he's gone from, does it make America great? And he's like, what makes America great? And then he's gone to, like, upbringing, then he's gone to culture. He's basically throwing all these things at him until he gives him a reason to feel like shit. Or gives him a reason to feel like he doesn't have to try it. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? It's like he's trying to find a reason to pity himself.
Yeah.
Like, play victim, as like cliche as it sounds.
No, it's true. I mean, what he's saying, his attitude towards the situation is understandable. If he's in debt,
it's not going to get him any better.
So it's understandable. He's obviously in debt. That's gonna have certain feelings and frustration
Stresses
from
and
his
stuff,
situation.
yeah.
He's going to compare himself to other people that don't have that debt, that haven't had his upbringing. But ultimately, what's difficult and why he doesn't really have an argument here is because, and he's just like you say, he keeps throwing in stuff, is because what it requires is to like look at yourself and like be accountable to yourself and to your own decisions, and to think about like where you're going to lead yourself to. And like he's just
look at the
blaming
bigger
the past.
picture, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he's
It's
just
like-
blaming the past. He's blaming this thing, that thing. But ultimately, he needs to take like accountability for his future and like make wise decisions, like this guy's saying. Because
Yeah, and take accountability for himself.
exactly.
Like, don't look at everything around you. Like, what are you, like the guy's talking to saying, like, you just said, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, to help yourself. Like,
Do you think this is like a common thing for like our generation? Like we're both
Yeah.
like in our mid-20s.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But I don't
That is-
think to like kind of sympathize with this guy. Like, I don't think the government or the kind of the system around you really helps with that. Like, especially in England, I don't think like the school system or anything kind of helps with that. They kind of like tell you the odd basic, and then kind of say, "Oh, we'll get you to this point, which can get you to college." Then college is supposed to get you to that point, so then you can get to university.
Mm,
And then university, you just get your degree, and then boom, you're out.
yeah.
So it's a real like conveyor belt system,
Yeah.
which isn't helpful either, because it's like, but ultimately you choose. Eventually, like after high school and stuff and college, because like you kind of just have to go to at least sixth form.
Yeah.
Like after that, you choose like the decisions you make. Like you do choose to make.
Yeah.
Like if you've chosen to go to university, and like this guy said, do like a random degree in like, I don't know, I don't want to point out anyone's degree, but like just a random degree that's not going to excel
I'll
you
say
anywhere.
like I don't know, environmental studies.
Wow, we got friends who did that.
Nah, I'm joking.
Like geography.
Like my course, I did cultural studies. That's pretty
What is that?
exactly.
No, but I mean, like
Yeah.
people like choose things
Yeah.
and then complain, and it's like, well, you made that decision, even if like you didn't have the best counsel. Like we have the internet, you have everything at like your fingertips. If you just had a little bit more
Mm,
decisiveness, like.
well,
I
definitely.
looked at the bigger picture instead of looking, oh, the next 3 years might be fun. I can doss around at uni and like do what I want, and like I'm smart enough, so I will end up getting the degree at the end. But like for like 3 minutes of comfort, getting smashed every weekend for 2 years, what's that done for the next 10?
No,
Do
exactly.
you know what I mean? Like people don't look at the bigger picture, and then
Yeah.
complain at the decisions they made beforehand.
Literally, and that's what this guy's doing right now.
How did you get an opportunity that other people didn't? You were in debt, so you didn't have the money. You didn't have the money to pay for
my
it.
parents didn't have much, but they had enough to keep me out the hood trying to make some money any way I can. I know people who have no anything. They have to go out there. They have no other choice. They have a horrible education. Do you know what the education system is like here? It's horrible.
Okay, so let's explain it like this.
not
I want
horrible.
to make sure we talk.
Might
What have
seem
you
horrible to
chosen
him.
do in that with that education?
Yeah, I mean,
Do you know what I mean?
there's
Like,
millions of people in that country that are traveling across from Mexico to get into the land of opportunity, and like he's just taking it for granted. Like he's taken for granted his education, like the opportunity he has to go to like that sort of university when there's like millions of people around the world that would want to be doing what he's doing.
and it's like, all right, high school might not be the best high school in the world, but ultimately it'll be good enough to get you if you just want to pass stuff.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone should, if you don't doss around or just like piss around, be able to at least pass.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah. No, definitely. I mean, what do you think this video like says about like, our generation? Do you think this guy represents a lot of people or not really? Like, do you think he's like a bit of a one-off?
I think a lot of people, yeah.
Yeah,
But I don't know if it's. I don't know if it's everyone. Oh, it's obviously not everyone, but I think it does represent a lot of people, and
Yeah.
it is like a big problem nowadays. And like the biggest problem is because we have so much opportunity because of internet, because of like schools, mainly because of like the internet and stuff, and like everything's at our fingertips. We have everything now. If I want something, I can get it now. Like that correlates to, oh, why do I even have to get like?
yeah,
If I want a house, why do I have to get a mortgage and be in debt for it? What's
yeah.
the point?
It's like,
Do you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
well, because in the long run, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But people don't like looking at the long run, or they don't want to, or they just choose not. I
Well,
don't really know why, but do you know what I mean?
It's just an instant gratification that everyone's
Yeah,
used to. Like all of our technology, like phones, we're used to clicking on something and it disappearing like that. And it's the same way we approach a lot of things.
I think, yeah, like you said, I think it seeps down into every other area if you don't like grasp it, in a sense.
Yeah.
Which kind of can lead to this mentality which isn't helping him.
Not at all.
Like he doesn't look happy because of it. Even if like he got gratified from this conversation somehow, ultimately it's not going to change his tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? He's still going to like be down about it instead of changing his perspective. Do you know what I mean?
And I want the best for this guy. Like, hopefully he managed to get his good education and
you feel for him
managed
a
to
bit
get
because
a
he's
good
obviously
job.
an intelligent guy, smart guy, and then like he's got in this mindset for some reason.
Yeah,
because it is a mindset.
It is
a lot of it,
and I think he's just gone to a place where he's reflecting like on his opportunity, even his race. Like he talks about that, and like the differences between different groups, demographic groups. But all those different things, he's just blaming it like things on when he just needs to look at himself. It's brutal, but it's true. Like that's how it is.
like what can you do with the cards you dealt? Like you said earlier,
it's easier said than done. Like I think everyone has to look at themselves sometimes, but it's not like a thing that's unique to him. But yeah, I think it's something.
Because no one wants to admit that they're the problem in their own life.
Yeah.
Either like I think it's just
for sure.
part of the problem, or like because in your own head you're right all the time.
Yeah.
Even when you're wrong, you think you're right. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like you'll make excuses for yourself.
It's true.
So it's just one of them. But I do think, like you said, I think it is a problem with our like age group, if that's even the right word, like our generation.
Yeah.
But I think it's an easy fix. Like it's easily solved. Like it's a bit of just a culture shift, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is like when we get older, tell the younger people, it tells their younger people, and it drifts down instead of keeping that mindset.
Well, it just takes like a lot more people like this guy.
Yeah.
Speaking out about
to say something
to people,
like,
and hopefully like through this video as well, like even however many people watch this, like we're also talking about it, and I think that through people talking about it, it will change.
And it'll be so freeing, like shifting your mindset from being the victim would be so much more freeing because you're always looking for the next thing. You're always looking for a bigger thing to like gratify you.
Yeah.
Instead of like let's get down and dirty and like what can I do about it?
Yeah, it's true.
Ultimately.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching the video. We're not going to watch the full thing, but we'll put the link in the bio of the description of the video. But yeah, let us know what you thought. If you agree with us, disagree with us, send us any recommendations for things to react to next. And yeah,
we'll catch you on the next one, and peace.